Alright, how's everybody doing today? This is not a game video. This is a health slash channel update video. Hopefully everybody's been doing well. We're kind of hanging in there, you know. But I thought, it's been a while. I haven't done anything. I haven't touched this channel. I know it's been 6 months, probably a little bit longer. Between 6 and 7 months. Before my health problems, which I'm still dealing with now, happened. I was putting up some gameplay video. I was doing some Metro Exodus DLC. I was doing a playthrough on Mafia 2. And I know right before that I was doing some Ark build videos, which actually did fairly well. I had one video, it's like 2,300 views on that one. So I was, hey, big thumbs up to that. But anyway, about the 1st of October, well, in fact it was right about 1st or 2nd October. I started feeling bad one day, and I was like, it's just achy, and we keep a digital thermometer here, and I was like, I had a little bit of a low grade fever, 99.5 to 100, right around there, and I thought, well, maybe it's just a little bit of the flu or something. So, Misty Rain, she brought me home some Theraflu and some other medicine, and I was taking that, but I wasn't really starting to feel any better, and then I'll never forget it. The 7th of October, I'd been kind of sleeping out here in the living room, we got a big couch with recliners on each end, and I would just lay back in the recliner and throw my blanket over me, and that's where I would sleep because it was getting hard for me to get around. So I woke up that morning, and I realized I couldn't get up anymore. I could not stand. I couldn't do anything. Both of my shoulders and my arms were already blown up because of where I was using them so much to help me get up and down and move around the house, because my legs were in a lot of pain and weak. So she had to call the ambulance. The EMTs came out to the house, and there was two of them. They had to come in here and get on either side of me and, kind of put my arms up on their shoulders, and they wrapped their arms around my back, and they had to physically lift me up off the couch. And the pain that shot through my legs from my hips down was, I know I hollered. I probably hollered bloody murder. I didn't care. It hurt so bad. I about passed out. And they got me out to the ambulance and took me to the hospital. And of course, wasn't like Misty was going to get in the damn car and follow me because it's stinking COVID-19. She couldn't come up there. So she's sitting here at the house, worried to death. What's going on? What's happening? And they got me in there, and they put me off in the little COVID area. They had an area sectioned off. There was like 4 or 5 bays, and like sort of bays in there. They had fixed up with gurneys and whatever, and sectioned off by plastic. And you had to go through there, and they wore special suits. And they found out, they did a COVID quick test on me, found out I didn't have COVID. So, that was good. So they're like, well, what the hell's going on? So they brought the portable x-ray machine around. And that was fun, trying to get the x-ray panel up under me, like my back, and to take a full front and back chest x-ray. That was not pleasant. That was very painful. But anyway, they took the x-ray, and they came back a little bit later, and they found out what was going on. I had what was called a saddle embolism, which basically what that is, it's a large blood clot, and it encompasses the pulmonary arteries to your heart, in and out of your heart. Anybody that knows about the heart, you got pulmonary arteries. You got one going in to take blood in, the other one takes blood out. But anyway, and it was encompassing both of those arteries. And that was deadly serious. Well, they needed to get me into intensive care right away, but they had no beds there because of COVID. So they're like, well, we got to go into their network of hospitals, because they have several hospitals. UNC Healthcare owns the hospital here, and they have several basically around the state. They thought they were going to take me to Cape Fear Medical Center, which is out by the coast. If they'd have done that, they'd have had to put me on the Life Flight helicopter and take me there. But Luckily, I didn't have to go that far. They found an empty intensive care bed for me at their big hospital in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is about 90 minutes away, there, give or take. So they had to put me on a critical care ambulance and take me to Chapel Hill. And that was, every time that thing hit a bump, oh God, I just wanted to scream. It was so bad. The nurse on there was a younger guy. He was real nice guy. Um, he said, "Do you need something for the pain?" And I said, "I don't care what you give me." I didn't by that point. I've always been real careful. I try to stay away from opioid-based pain relievers and stuff like that because I have a very addictive kind of personality. That's why I drank so much back in my youth. It doesn't matter. That's why I smoked like a train for all the years. But he gave me fentanyl, which kind of scared me a little bit in my mind because you hear about all the fentanyl overdoses and this and that going on. But I said, by that point, I just didn't care. And oh God, it was like, as soon as, it was just within 30 seconds after he gave me, I could feel this warmth rush down through my body. It was that strong. And it just knocked the pain out. But it didn't last very long. And right before, I'd say probably about 15 minutes or so before we got to the Chapel Hill Hospital, he gave me another shot because he knew getting me out of the ambulance and getting me into the intensive care inside was going to be rough. But they wound up doing a cardiac cath procedure there. I had to go into the cath lab, and they sedated me pretty heavy. I wasn't completely out, but I didn't feel anything, and they had to go in through my neck and go in with the camera to my heart, and they had to bust that clot because that clot could have killed me instantly. If it had broke loose and went into my heart, it would have killed me instantly. It would have been a massive heart attack. Or if it went up to my brain, it would have been a massive brain aneurysm or a deadly stroke. So they luckily got that done. They got the clot busted, and I was in the hospital there for 6 days. 4 of those was in intensive care. But they said, but I still could not stand. I couldn't get out of the bed by myself. So they said they were going to take me to the rehab center, which luckily is here in Eden. It's just up the road. It's up maybe about a half a mile up the road past the Walmart where Misty works. So they took me there and got me admitted. But and I went through 3 weeks of physical rehab. The first week and a half to 2 weeks was no joke. It was, oh God, it was rough. But they had to get me to stand because I couldn't stand any longer. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do nothing. They got me up and got me walking again. And the staff there was great. I can't say enough. All the nurses were great. Doctors were great. Everybody. But they got me to where I could walk on my own with a walker there for a while. And then I graduated to the cane, which I still use. Anytime I really leave the house, if we go somewhere, if I have to go to the doctor, or if we decide maybe we're going to go out to eat, or we go to either of the girls, either Samantha or Diana's house, because we got 2 grandbabies now, of course. We got Zane. He's 2.5. It don't seem like, God, he's already 2.5. And then we got Grayson, Diana's little boy. He was born in December. And he's 4 months now, and he's just a little shit. He really is. But it's very humbling. I've got nobody to blame but myself. Now, as far as the blood clots and that's just one of those freak things. I have it's almost like a blood disorder, the doctor told me, that causes this. I take 7 different medications now. I take insulin plus pills for my diabetes, which had really started to get bad. I have neuropathy in both legs, which can be very uncomfortable a lot of times. It's caused me to where I can't really sit for really long periods. Maybe a couple hours if I'm lucky. I got to keep moving around a little bit, adjusting myself. I can't stand for long periods. Anytime we leave the house, I got to take my cane. I got to use it. Like if we go to the store, it's a chore. I'll usually use one of the little Mart cart things, like little scooter things they have at the grocery with a little basket on it, and, because I've got to. I really don't have a choice anymore. But hopefully that'll get better. The doctor said it could take me 2 years to recover from this, and I'll probably still have issues because of the diabetes. Um, I take a high power blood thinner called Xarelto, which is ungodly expensive. 30-day supply of that's about $550. My insulin is about $400 a month, and then I got 5 others. If it wasn't for a grant, which I was able to get through the hospital system, and they granted me to pay for my medications for 1 year. My medication without that would cost us about $1,100 a month, which we couldn't afford. I wouldn't be able to have my insulin or my blood thinner. I'd have to do something else and hope it worked. So that's something there about the price of prescription medication here in the U.S. But anyway, it is what it is. So I was very fortunate to get that. Um, for anybody that's curious about Misty Rain, I'm sure a lot of you out there are. Um, I'd be dead if it wasn't for her. I would. I'd be dead. She's kept me alive. And she's had to put up with a lot. She's had to deal with a lot for me. When I was in the rehab, that's 3 weeks. She couldn't come see me because of COVID, of course. Yeah, good old COVID. She couldn't come see me. I mean, we talked on the phone every day. We would text every day. There was about 3 different times she was able to come up there, and that's when I was starting to be able to get up and walk around by myself with my walker. And I would go over to the window and open it up a little bit, and she would stand outside the window. And we'd talk for a few minutes, you know, just everything. But after 3 weeks of that, I came home, and it's been a rough go. I get around the house okay. It's a little rough for me in some spots in the house. Um, I get up and walk around quite a bit. Sometimes I'll just go out in the yard and kind of stand and walk around a little bit, just get up on my legs, because that's very important. I just can't do it for long periods because I have a lot of trouble with my right leg, and I don't know when or if that'll ever get better. But anyway, that's enough about that, the gloom and doom. Before all this happened, I was doing some stuff on my channel, some game playthrough, this and that. Before that, I had done some like build videos on Ark and what have you. I'm going to start doing some build videos again, like with Ark, Conan Exiles. I was finally able to get all the DLC for Conan Exiles. And they actually have an update, which is supposed to be coming at some point, which is going to add the new map to that on console called the Isle of Sipta. So we'll see what that is whenever it comes. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm going to go back and start doing some build videos. Um, I may at some point start to do some gameplay videos. I don't know. But it's no big secret. It's a long-running issue. Our internet here is horrible. So really doing live streaming it's just not a viable alternative. But we are in the process of setting money back because of stimulus money that she'd received. We've been putting that back, a good part of that. So we are looking to move out of here. I have a target date, my personal target date of October 1st to be out of here. Hopefully it will be a while before that. I'd like to be out of here before July, but we'll just see how it goes. Every day is, it's a new day and it's got challenges. But one thing I do want to say, everybody out there, take your medicine. If a doctor tells you to do something, do it. Take your medicine. If you got diabetes, by God, take care of your diabetes, because it'll get bad, and it'll get really bad. It can cause you to lose your legs if it got bad enough. And I hope that doesn't happen to me. I don't even want to even harbor that thought. But hopefully everybody's doing okay out there. You've been hanging in there. We miss all of you. I miss my live stream. I miss the interaction. I've been sitting around here, especially the last probably couple months, and I'm about to go stir crazy. Not like I can sit here and watch TV. Oh yeah, no, it's something to pass the time. But my mind is going crazy because I'm not really talking to anybody except for when she gets home at night. And she's tired. She's been up on her feet all day, and I sometimes just let her sit over there and read. I try not to bother her too much. But like I said, hopefully everybody's doing okay. I know it's been a while. I wanted to give y'all an update. But here in the next couple, 2, 3 days, I'm going to hopefully put up my first video, do some Conan Exiles builds. But if you come and watch them, and I really hope you do, throw a like up on them. Leave me a comment and let me know you're there. Let me know how everybody's doing. Leave me a comment on that video. This video here, say, hey, this is whoever, and we're doing good, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Just a little short update. Means a lot to us. We miss y'all. We love y'all. But everybody take care, and we will talk to y'all later.